Hello, this is Sarah. It is Tuesday, March 21st, and I am making a second video of the second day of my 365 days to raise your frequency project, I guess you would call it. I said yesterday in my first video to start this idea I had that I am taking this book, 365 Ways to Raise Your Frequency, written by Melissa Alvarez, and I am going to do the exercises one a day for 365 days. So I think that will start maybe tomorrow, the actual exercise doing. Yesterday I said why I was doing this little project of mine, and today I'm going to go over the introduction of the book and talk about what it means to raise your frequency. I'm sure some of you, if you're watching this, you're already interested in this kind of stuff, spiritual stuff, holistic stuff, and I'm just going back over it just to give my personal take on it and to help me remember what I'm reading and to hopefully help you if you need help in this area too. So frequency, it's like vibrations, and apparently Melissa in this book says that the word frequency comes from the scientific community, talking about how fast energy moves in something, and it can be interchanged with the word vibes or vibration, energetic level, things like that. And so the idea is that when we are feeling positive and acting out of a place of love, which means doing things to be nice and to be kind with that intention, that we have a higher vibration, a higher frequency. And when we do things out of fear, which are all the emotions that are more stereotypically negative, doubt, envy, jealousy, things like that, we have a lower frequency and we have a lower energy vibration. And as she says in this book, and I agree, that it's okay to day to day have fears and concerns and to have feelings that are not always positive, but when we live from a place of those negative feelings and the negative energy for a lifetime, rather than from the place of getting to know those negative feelings or sad feelings or whatever feelings we're having that aren't quote unquote positive, getting to know them, to be aware of them and to release them is cool. But when we harbor them and stuff them down and live from that place of negativity and fear, it makes us feel really awful. Number one, it makes us feel low energy, makes us feel tired. Imagine over time what it does to people. I'm sure you all know people who you can imagine they live out of a negative place. They're hard to deal with, they're rigid, they're stuck in places in their life, and they maybe have a lot of physical illnesses. It just kind of wears you down. So anyway, that's frequency and vibration. So the next thing that she says that is important in this book is that the intention that you bring to the day and to these exercises in this book is really important. So if you're doing something with an intention of goodness, even if you're not getting the exercise perfect, or whatever you're doing in your day-to-day life, if you're not doing it perfectly, there's no such thing as perfect, but you will bring goodness to a topic. If you have a good intention to do something, it will usually work out a whole lot better than if you have an intention to do something for, a shallow reason, like to be mean or just to be spiteful or something like that. So pay attention to your intention when doing these exercises. And throughout this book, she's talking about four core areas that we're going to work on to increase our frequency. And one is our emotional frequency, and she says that it's important to be in check with your emotions, to be in touch with them, and to be aware of them, but don't let them get you carried away. And when you're feeling like your emotions are getting the best of you, it's always a good idea to take some deep breaths, calm down, get into nature like I am doing right now. And then when your emotions are more in check, then you have an easier time raising your frequency, because it's a more stable place to work from than if you're, in the throes of reacting to a situation or something like that. The next category is the mental frequency, which is understanding your mind. And I have to read a second. Not getting stuck in our head too much, basically, like thinking about something but not like thinking about it and swirling it around in your head and all that, like we can do sometimes when we get stuck on something. So don't analyze things to death, she says basically in here. And sometimes if you just accept a situation, maybe accept that you don't know right now or something like that, it can help you move on and raise your vibrations or your frequency. Next, she talks about your physical frequency and the physical category. And in this section, I like what she has to say, that our physical appearance does affect our spiritual energy. And by that, she means like it's important to feel good about how you look. Like, it doesn't matter if you dress a certain way to please other people. It's important to dress to please yourself and to feel good about yourself. If you don't like your haircut, then get a different haircut. Be right with yourself in how you look. And if you are not feeling like you're in great physical condition and you're not liking how you look, then do something about it. Do some exercises. Do it to feel better, not to make other people happy, but just do it to make yourself feel better. And then if you're not interested in changing something, it doesn't feel right to you, then just accept yourself and be happy and move on. But just get right with yourself physically to help your vibrations raise. The next one is the spiritual frequency. And spiritual, that's like our relationship with God. And I feel like a lot of people make spirituality be out to be about religion. And, I think that word is thrown around a lot in relationship to church. And I think that church and religion is something different than God. For me, God is like our relationship with this energy that has created all of us here on this earth, and it's our soul. And we each have a soul that lives in our body, and we don't need religion or a church to get in touch with that. So practicing our relationship with God, that's a way to raise your spiritual energy. And for me, what that means is remembering that God is love. God is a loving being, and that's the truth of the world. And that's the only thing that is real, is being a loving person and acting out of love and treating yourself with love and compassion, and then forgiving yourself when you haven't lived up to your best efforts, or maybe what you thought were your best efforts more so. And so knowing that relationship with God can help to raise your frequency, because it's knowing your truth and who you are and where we come from as human beings. And some people have an uncomfort with the word God, but you could use higher power, or I think in AA they don't necessarily say God, but it's like a positive energy or things like that. I think it's all this bigger, this power, higher power that's greater than us, God. That makes sense to you, but that's what it is for me. So, getting in touch with that and improving your one-on-one relationship with God, higher power, is a way to increase your frequency, and these exercises will back that up. So, in this next little bit, she talks about how she had a situation where she was really worn out and got herself in over her head with a project she was doing. And sorry, there was something there. So it got her really worn out, and after this project that she had to close, she was feeling worn out and tired, and so she did these exercises that she wrote about in this book to help her revive her energy and her frequency. So not only is she writing about them, but she also practice them herself, which I feel like is a more credible place to come from than just saying, like, do this, but I haven't done it. But I'm asking you to do it. So, anyway, what's the last part? She talks about using this book and how to use this book and how to do the exercises. And, it's just to do these the best you can every day. It doesn't have to be that deep. Some are just thinking about something. Some are writing something in a journal. She suggests getting a journal if you want to keep track of things. And, just becoming aware, and just being aware is the point of a lot of this. Increasing your awareness and increasing your focus on positive things and putting more energy to that so that you feel better and have more energy in pretty much all areas of your life. So, the results of doing that are also amazing and unexpected. You don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. And let's see, on the end here, she just says in closing that, we're all responsible for our own path in life. And that's really why I'm interested in taking the time to do these exercises every day, because I, again, have just been through a really challenging 10 years of my life. And even if I'm honest, of my life in general, especially with my family of origin, love my family of origin dearly, lots of love there, but lots of challenge. And so I'm just having a time where I'm really working on getting in touch with a lot of that negativity and a lot of sad feelings and sussing that out and wanting to focus more on positive. And so I'm doing these exercises every day to keep me honest in doing them. And it just kind of feels like the right thing to do, to make these videos, to share them with people, because I also want to, have others who are also interested in raising their energy and help others, and to help myself is a lot of the reason, so that I can learn and put a commitment out there to other people so that I keep it up for myself. So yeah, anyway, as I was going to say, that she was saying that she's reminding us that we're all on our own path in life, that we all have friends and loved ones and family that support us, but at the end of the day, our relationship that we have with ourselves is the most important one, and we are the only people that really truly at the end of the day can be there for us, because we know ourselves best. And so sometimes when we are feeling like the world around us isn't supporting us or isn't being there for us, it's sometimes a lesson in looking at how we haven't shown up for ourselves or haven't been there for ourselves. And this doesn't mean blame yourself or make yourself wrong or hate yourself. It just means maybe you weren't taught to be there for yourself in a way that was really important for you. And as a grown-up, it's okay to learn to do that and learn to tap into your needs when maybe you were younger. Someone else couldn't see your needs or didn't care about your needs. It's now time as grown-ups that we check in with those needs and learn to give ourselves what we need, because it's okay and it's the right thing to do. So, just be honest with yourself in the daily exercises. Take notice of things. Don't beat yourself up, but check yourself when you maybe aren't doing something the best way, or maybe isn't serving you. Do better the next time. That's all. So I look forward to starting the exercises tomorrow. It's part 1. This is where we're at, and it'll start the 365 days of raising our frequency. Thank you for being with me, and I will see you tomorrow.